Now working on the nerves of chapter 7, this is going to involve the brachial plexus. And so the brachial plexus has 5 parts to it. It has roots, trunks, divisions, cords, and branches or peripheral nerves where everything will end up at the end. So our roots are going to be C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. And these are going to be how the brachial plexus emerges from the spinal cord. And you'll get more into how the roots come out of the spinal cord, all along the spinal cord at Unit 4 when you cover spinal cord. But for now, we're just going to worry about starting right here at roots. So C5 and C6 will come together. C7 will go straight on. And then C8 and T1 will all come together. And so they're going to form trunks where they come together. They're just named after where they're orientated: a superior or upper trunk, a middle trunk, and then an inferior or lower trunk. So if we go ahead and redraw those roots, how they come together, they're just going to form these 3 trunks. And so one on top, superior, middle, and then inferior. Each one of these trunks are going to have 2 parts to them, 2 divisions. And so they're going to have an anterior division and a posterior division. And one thing you want to note is the posterior division of each trunk will all come together to a single spot, whereas the anterior divisions will be a little bit different. So again, let's kind of keep building on our sketch here. There's the roots. There's our trunks. And then we'll go blue for anterior division. And the anterior division of superior trunk and middle trunk will come together, whereas the anterior division of the inferior trunk will just continue straight on. We'll use green for the posterior division. And so, again, they come from the trunk. So we're going to draw them a dashed line to say they're kind of going behind everything. And so from each one of these trunks, the posterior divisions all come together to a single spot. And so what these divisions, where they come together, they form cords. And so at this point, the brachial plexus is no longer going just immediately lateral. It's starting to actually go distal down the arm. And so at this point, there's not really a superior and inferior as it's curving around the arm. Now there's a lateral and medial. So again, we'll go ahead and just keep building on this sketch here. So there's our roots. There's our trunks. There's our anterior division. There's our posterior division. And so our last one in orange will be the cords. And then we'll look at a picture to fill in the blank for the branches. But this top one is actually going to be lateral. So that will be the lateral cord, where all 3 of these posterior divisions meet up. That is going to be the posterior cord. And then this one that continues on from the anterior division of the inferior trunk, that is now going to be the medial cord here. And so now all of these are going to branch off. So with the branches off lateral cord, one thing we want to note is there's a nerve called the median nerve. So we're going to kind of forget about the colors because I kind of ran out of colors really. But if we were to just draw lateral cord right here and medial cord right there, they are actually going to come together like this and form a nerve that runs right down the center of the arm. That's called median nerve. So this little Y configuration here is a really useful landmark to help you navigate this brachial plexus, because this Y shape is the median nerve, and median nerve is going to connect lateral cord and medial cord here. Now, coming off lateral cord, we also have another muscle called a musculocutaneous nerve. And one thing you want to note about musculocutaneous nerve is that it goes right through the coracobrachialis muscle. So if you see a nerve going through coracobrachialis, you know what nerve it is. It's the musculocutaneous